Hello, and welcome to this tutorial on the rules of a first-in, first-out Nuzlocke Pokemon playthrough, better known as a FIFO Lock. A FIFO Lock is a type of Nuzlocke, so all normal Nuzlocke rules will apply, with some extra rules added. This gameplay style can be used on both a standard and randomized playthrough of any mainline Pokemon game. However, as most playthroughs on this channel are randomized, all examples used in this tutorial will assume the player is playing a randomized version of the game. Standard Nuzlocke rules. In a FIFO Lock, all standard Nuzlocke rules apply. These rules are as follows. Rule 1. If a player's team member faints in battle, it is considered dead and can no longer be used. The player must either release the Mon or put it in a designated death box in the PC. Rule 2. A player can only catch the first Pokemon encountered in each new route. If the player fails to catch the first encounter, the route is considered void and cannot be used to get any new Pokemon. However, there are two caveats to this rule. The first caveat is called the Species Clause. This specifies that if the first encounter of a route is in the same evolutionary line as a Pokemon the player has already caught, they can choose to re-encounter to find a new Pokemon they do not already have. The second caveat is called the Shiny Clause. This specifies that if the player at any point encounters a shiny Pokemon, they may catch that Pokemon, regardless of if it was the first Pokemon encountered on a route. Both of these caveats are optional, but unless otherwise specified, all Nuzlockes on this channel will include both. Rule 3. The player must give a unique nickname to each Pokemon they catch to encourage forming an emotional bond with their team members. If the player either forgets to nickname a Pokemon or accidentally chooses not to, they must find the name raider as soon as possible to give the unnamed Pokemon a nickname. Rule 4. If the player loses their entire team in a battle, but they still have valid Pokemon in their PC, they may rebuild their team using those Pokemon. However, if the player has no more valid Pokemon in their PC, they lose and must restart the game. There is a variation of the Nuzlocke rule set that states that if you lose your entire team in a battle, you must restart the game regardless of if you have valid Pokemon in your PC or not. However, for the purposes of all Nuzlockes on this channel, the player will be allowed to rebuild their team and continue if they have the Pokemon to do so. FIFO Lock added rules. In addition to the standard Nuzlocke rules, a FIFO Lock has two extra rules. These rules are as follows. Rule 1. All Pokemon must be added to the team in the order that they were caught. Once the player catches 6 Pokemon, they cannot switch out any team members, and all additional Pokemon must go into the PC. To give a hypothetical scenario, assume the player caught the Pokemon shown on screen in order from left to right. The team would need to be made up of the first 6 Pokemon the player caught. The only way a player can use the additional Pokemon in the PC is if a current team member dies. In this case, the Pokemon in the PC caught earliest is next in line and must be added. So, if the cast form faints, the player must box the cast form and replace it with the Girafarig, as that is the next Mon that was caught. This would mean the Horsey becomes the next in line. Continuing the example, if the Gloom faints, the player would then add the Horsey. This applies for multiple deaths as well, meaning if the player lost anywhere from 2 Mons to their entire team, they would replace these team members with Mons from the PC in the order they were caught. Rule 2. The player must attempt to catch every encounter. This means that even if the first encounter of a route is a weak Pokemon, the player cannot purposefully forfeit that encounter. So, if the player encounters a Weedle, they cannot kill it on purpose so they don't have to use it. The only exception to this rule is if the encounter may cause a team member to die. If the encounter is too strong and may cause the player to lose 1 or more team members, the player can run away from the Mon or purposefully kill it to avoid a death. With that, these are all the rules of a FIFO Lock. The goal is to beat the Elite Four and Champion with the Mons you are dealt, and to possibly find new favorite Mons that you wouldn't normally consider using. If you are looking to try this gameplay style yourself, feel free to tweak the rules to your liking. But if you are watching this just to understand my playthrough, These are the rules I will be using. Additionally, let me know how you like the style. I'd love to have your feedback. So with all that said, I hope this tutorial was helpful and that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.